Day 75, New Mexico. So that was one of my very few monster days where I drove over 1,000 kilometers, which is like 700 miles. And I did the whole state of New Mexico along the western edge of it in one day. It started off not far from Farmington, New Mexico, and when I got to the elevation of about 7,000 feet, the rain turned into actual freaking snow. So that was kind of neat. And then you keep on driving and you lose elevation, and the terrain becomes more deserty, and all of a sudden I realize that I'm not feeling well. I'm hot, I'm sweating, I am short of breath, and I was like, oh my god, no way, I caught something, I got sick. And as I was passing some small town with a gas station, it had a display showing the temperature outside, and it was in the mid-80s, and I was like, crap, I'm not in the high elevation anymore, I just need to turn on air conditioning. And you would be amazed what 30 seconds in air conditioning does to you. All of a sudden you feel like you were born again and nothing bothers you. So my first stop was Albuquerque, New Mexico, and yes, I missed the balloon festival by a day. But my son is a huge fan of the Breaking Bad series. So I decided that I'm going to take a few pictures at the places that have significance to the series fans, like the grave of Walter White and the building that serves as a set for the restaurant Los Pollos Hermanos. And then Jesse's house. I've never watched a single episode of the show, so I have no idea who Jesse is, but apparently that is a worthwhile thing to see. And then there is the car wash where Walter White apparently worked in. So I just did a quick run between all these places, and I took a bunch of pictures and I moved on. And the next stop of the day was in Roswell, New Mexico. There's no way you can be in New Mexico and not go to Roswell. And as a huge sci-fi fan, there was like a definite must do on my list. Now, there is no way we are alone in the universe. It's just absolutely no way. And I firmly believe that not only we're not alone, but the universe is full of intelligent life, and there is no freaking way that they have not come across us already in one way or another. So I don't know if there really was a UFO that crashed around Roswell, New Mexico, but the museum certainly has a lot of very interesting and very convincing exhibits about it. And it also has these lists of the known alien civilizations and the known types of the UFOs and all kinds of contacts. Apparently there is contacts of the first kind and second kind and third kind and fourth kind, all the way up to implants that are put in your brain. And one of the things I like the most is references to all kinds of pictures showing pretty much alien creatures that you can see in cliff art and the arts of the ancients. And that kind of reminded me that when I was looking at the rock art of the Fremont people, there was this one painting in the Dinosaur National Monument that looked exactly like the alien from the Mars attacks. But no matter how I tried to snap the shot, it just like wouldn't come out right. And the funniest thing in the gift shop of the museum, besides the alien-themed quilt, the Amish, yeah, they're very conservative and everything, but they never let a business opportunity by. So they have Amish-made alien souvenirs in the Roswell UFO Museum. So that was the UFO Museum in Roswell. And from there, I continued south to the little town of Carlsbad, well, actually about a couple of dozen miles south of town, where there is the Carlsbad Caverns National Park. Now, the caverns are these huge limestone caves where bats come to spend the summer, and for the winter, they go south to Mexico. And the bat colony numbers hundreds of thousands. And the biggest attraction of the park, besides the caverns, and I'm not much of a cavern person, is to see the bats fly out at sunset, because they're nocturnal. So they fly out to go looking for food and for insects to eat. You cannot take pictures because the slightest sound disturbs them, so no electronic devices are allowed. But there is this beautiful amphitheater looking at the cave opening, and the park ranger gives a talk telling you about these bats, and they are amazing animals. And then the bats start to fly out. The sky turns black. There are tens of thousands of them coming and coming and coming out of the cave in waves, and they spiral up and then disperse. You actually feel the wind on your face from the wings, and then you feel, you hear this noise of the wings, and they're tiny, but it sounds like a huge gush of wind. And they fly so close to you, and there are so many of them that you actually smell them, and they have this musky, fruity smell. So because you couldn't take pictures, I actually had to write down and scribble down everything the park ranger said, because it was so amazing. So if you're ever around Carlsbad, sometime between April and October when the bats are there, to see them fly out at sunset is definitely an experience of a lifetime.